Hi Earthling, I'm Therese, and in this video I'm going to share with you the 10 gifts that the coronavirus has given the world. In transition and upheaval, magic and rainbows soon follow. So see how many have showed up in your life, and if they aren't there yet, fear not. They are happily on its way. The first gift. We are all connected. You hear this a lot in spirituality or law of attraction communities, that we are all one, we're all connected. But hey, have you guys ever felt like that's really kind of hard to internalize, especially when you're pounding the pavement to get your paycheck or feed your family or pursue your dreams? It kind of feels like the me game. Well, the coronavirus has shattered any remaining illusion that it's just me out there playing the game and that we are all in this together. This is evident in every single part of what's happening. For example, if somebody doesn't have a job, they might not be able to pay the rent, so the landlord can't pay their rent. And on the destruction of that example goes. And I really believe, you guys heard it here first, that this deep feeling of connectedness will make us ultimately work together more to seek the win-win and realize that we all live on this teeny, beautiful planet Earth, and we need to protect her to the utmost care. The second gift the coronavirus gave us: health is the greatest wealth. In the midst of suffering, sometimes it's so much easier to see all the advantages you have. My husband owns a spa in New York City, and that was forced to close down. So his income went from $6,000 take home to negative $15,000 overnight. And I was lying in bed with my eyes wide open in the middle of the night. And my previous self would have been thinking about the destruction of the business, how we spent a decade building it, and la 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 la. Nope, I was free of that worry. I was lying down next to my family, kids, everybody snuggled in tight, saying prayers and blessings to the universe at how grateful that everybody is healthy. And because I know not everybody has that luxury right now, amplifies the gratitude I feel of this situation. So if you got your health, put in the comments below, health is the greatest wealth, because there's nothing on earth feels as good. The third gift the coronavirus gave us, the sweet gift of surrender. I don't know about you guys, but I used to think surrender was giving up, forfeiting, naming myself a loser and going home. And it takes big, huge, wild things like these for me to see how surrender is the only option. And it's not giving up. It is surrendering to the divine will, because the universe knows the best way through. Not my limited conscious mind. It doesn't have omni-intelligence, but the universe does. And if I surrender to its will, I will find a way that brings brighter, sunnier days. Even as the coronavirus started ramping up here in New York City, I wasn't willing to surrender. My husband has a spa, and we were following the laws, like went to 50% capacity and then to 25% capacity. But I was like, as long as we can stay at 25%, that's okay. We have a membership, we have people that want to come in, we'll still be able to pay the bills, and we'll be okay. Even though we won't be able to pay ourselves, at least we'll be able to pay the bills. And then, walking home from the grocery store, I see on one of those sidewalk TVs, all non-essential businesses forced to close. Now, if this would have happened 5 years ago, panic would have ricocheted through my heart. I would have thought, oh, there we go. Death, destruction, everything that we've worked so hard to build is gone. But shockingly, I didn't feel that way. And I realized that my scarcity mindset, that abundance block that I have been working on for 6 months, had been cleared. I knew the abundance block had been lifted because I didn't feel that fear in my heart. And that I was only left with one card to play, surrender. I knew it was the right one. So if you are like me and suffer a little bit, knowing the value of playing the surrender card, the coronavirus has given you the opportunity to embrace it, to try and see how it's going to lead you in the direction of your dreams. The fourth gift the coronavirus gave us, easy money. Now I know I'm oversimplifying it a bit, but guys, it is much more difficult to find opportunities when the economy is bursting with abundance. It's funny how that works. I guess the universe is benevolent, because when things are down in the dumps, the rainbow is that there's abundance all around us. And there's nothing truer than that than in the stock market. The stock market in America has dropped over 25%. This portfolio that I'll show you right here had $100,000 in it less than a month ago, and now it has about $75,000. So you might think I'm crying in the rain over here, watching all my money disappear before my eyes. But look at my return. Even after this 25% drop, I still have an average each and every year 10% rate of return, which is phenomenal. And that's taking into account the crash. So imagine if I was buying everything else on sale at this low part of the market, that there's opportunities for my money to make money. Now, of course, I know the money currently, you might need it to eat or provide safety for yourself, you and your family. I wouldn't recommend throwing your money into the market today. All I'm saying is that the gift that the coronavirus has given us is there will be opportunities ahead to make easy money by investing in the stock market. Even with this drop in this portfolio, I invested this much and I have still made this much for doing no work, for simply putting my money in the market. And if you don't know how, it's a skill that can be easily learned. And if you're interested, I'm happy to teach you. Just sound off in the comments below. The fifth gift the coronavirus gave us of going inside. I forget where I heard it, but this wise man used the idea of self-quarantining as a symbol of something bigger. Instead of we're just going inside our houses and apartments, it's a time where we can look inside, because from inside is where everything begins. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So I have treated myself with luxuries that I have been stripping out of my life because of needing to get things done. I have been journaling. So let me know in the comments below if you have used this time to reflect about the things that are extremely important to you. I know it's brought things up that I never even expected. Like, I'm not that patient of a teacher, but I have found such immense joy in homeschooling my son. Who knew? The sixth gift the coronavirus gave us, supreme gratefulness for all the things that I used to take for granted, like toilet paper. Toilet paper is now under lock and key behind the front desk at the Duane Reade. That's kind of like the 7-Eleven here in New York City. But that really got me thinking. There's so many of life's little luxuries that I took totally for granted. Running water, indoor plumbing, food. I no longer take that for granted. I feel grateful every single day that we have it. And not like in a desperate, like, is it going to go away? Because I'm sure if it went away, we could find a solution around that too. These hidden gifts that keep on giving, the coronavirus has exposed and brought to daylight, because it's hard to take things for granted when everything is crumbling, and exposes how good we really have it. Gift 7. That I need less than I thought I did. I'm a minimalist, but the coronavirus has made me really realize I don't need 95% of the stuff I have, maybe 99% of the stuff. Like if we literally had to leave our apartment tomorrow for some odd reason. It's crazy. I spontaneously left for Montana the next day. That the only thing I would take with me would be the people in it and some clothes, probably the jewels. But other than that, I don't need anything. And it's such this wild dynamic against this opulent manifestation of my $1 million income stream, that how I'm manifesting that, and yet I don't need it. I don't need it to complete me. Has that happened to you? The things that you have been manifesting or putting out there in your life, although they're still desirable, there's not a hungry need for them anywhere because you're whole and complete already. And also on the flip side, this idea of using less, I feel like will reduce my earthly footprint to give more love to Mother Earth.